After 4 to 5-ish hours of talks, negotiations between the U.S. and Iran have concluded for today. No agreement was reached. However, the good news is it did not end with disaster. According to my observations and research from what I was reading about in articles, it looks like they could be set for a third round of talks in the future. But there's not been a date set yet for that. It looks like the parties, the U.S. And Iran, are scheduled to draft potential agreement documents. Like, from what I understand, it's like they're both like text draft, like not the final draft, but like just they're both scheduled to draft like agreement understandings to discuss what an agreement between both parties would be. So that it said that they will do that before they establish a third date for talks. So that is some promising news, because I also saw that because the talks were ended after like 5 hours, that it could be seen as a bad sign that either the gaps were too big to bridge or that the negotiators had lost patience. But after seeing some more information come out saying that it could lead to more talks, and it most likely will, I feel encouraged. I had a lot of expectations going in today. My biggest hope was that neither side would go to war. I mean, no one needs that. That would be the Middle East has been destabilized for a long time. It cannot afford another war. So the fact that they found a understanding today is a big sigh of relief, probably for most of the countries in the Middle East, as it would be a regional war should it break out, and it would have a big impact on them, the Gulf states, and the global world economically. But yeah, I was skeptical, because we know the United States, when it comes to negotiating, isn't the best, as the patience is kind of limited. That either you give the way the U.S. negotiates is you give us what we want, we won't attack you, stuff like that, and then things fall apart because President Trump doesn't have the patience to keep negotiating for a long time. He doesn't have the understanding that negotiations isn't just a one-time thing and then there's an agreement. It's a complete technical and logistical process that requires a lot of patience, dialogue, and diplomacy. But that being said, I just thought it was good to see the U.S. and Iran have found a hopeful common ground to continue establishing talks for a third round, where hopefully a final agreement for full sanctions relief for Iran and a nuclear resolution for the U.S. can be found. As I've been seeing, it looks like both sides are showing more flexibility when it comes to their terms and conditions. Especially Iran, who seems very content and not wanting another war, which I don't blame them. It's not in the cards right now and shouldn't be. But the biggest question mark right now is, what's Israel going to do? Are they going to sabotage the talks again? Are they going to bomb Iran and hoping to derail the talks and get the U.S. to bomb Iran again too? So the big question here is how far these talks are going to go before Israel decides it wants to sabotage them. That's the giant wild card here. because both parties are interested in talking, but it doesn't seem like Israel is. So we shall see. We shall see. Anyway, make sure you leave some comments down below what you think. Like the comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you again real soon.